Welcome back my YouTube channel Old Car Stories. Today, we take you on a journey back in time to explore history. This car, Dodge Polara 1964, United States of America, was at the peak of its post-war optimism. The space race was in full swing. The Beatles had just landed in the US, and the American car industry was booming. It was an era defined by bold lines, chrome accents, and a love for the open road. In the midst of this cultural wave, Dodge released one of its most iconic full-size models, the 1964 Dodge Polara. The Polara was introduced a few years earlier in 1960, but by 1964, it had evolved into something truly special. It was a car that represented more than just transportation. It was about style, confidence, and performance. The 64 model was the last of the full-size Polaras before Dodge shifted the model to a mid-size platform the following year. And because of that, it holds a unique place in American automotive history. The exterior of the 1964 Dodge Polara had a distinct presence. With its long, low-slung body and wide stance, the car was a reflection of the era's design philosophy. It featured sharp, angular lines, a slightly forward-leaning front grille, and those signature stacked headlights that gave it a bold and aggressive look. From the side, the chrome trim ran clean and confident, adding just the right amount of shine without being too flashy to the rear. The car carried wide tail fins that had been toned down from earlier years, yet still hinted at that jet age influence. The round taillights were set deep into the rear panel, giving it a kind of futuristic charm. It wasn't just a car that drove down the road. It made a statement while doing so. This was a time when cars weren't shy. They wanted to be seen, and the Polara did that effortlessly. Inside, the Dodge Polara offered a cabin that was spacious and comfortable, built with American families in mind. Bench seats in the front and back provided room for 6 passengers. The dashboard layout was clean and functional, with large dials and chrome accents. A push-button automatic transmission on some models added a touch of innovation, making it feel slightly ahead of its time. Materials used throughout the interior reflected Dodge's commitment to quality. Plush upholstery, metallic trim, and soft-touch surfaces were all part of the package. This was a car that could handle a long cross-country drive or just a night out on the town, all while keeping its passengers comfortable and relaxed. Under the hood, the 1964 Polara came with a range of engine options, depending on how much power the driver wanted. Standard models were equipped with a 225 cubic inch slant 6 engine, known for its reliability. But for those seeking more excitement, there were V8 options, including the 318, 361, and even the powerful 426 cubic inch Max Wedge for performance enthusiasts. That 426 Max Wedge V8 was no joke. It was built for serious speed and could push the Polara into muscle car territory. With twin 4-barrel carburetors and high compression heads, it made over 400 horsepower. At the time, it was one of the most potent engines available to the public, and it gave the Polara a reputation on both the street and the drag strip. Driving the 1964 Polara was an experience in itself. The car was big, yes, but it didn't feel sluggish. The suspension was tuned for comfort, but the V8 power under the hood made it capable of strong acceleration and confident highway cruising. Steering was light, and braking was more than adequate for the time, especially with optional power brakes. One of the charming aspects of the Polara was how it combined performance with practicality. It could be a family sedan during the week and still hold its own at the local strip on the weekend. This dual personality made it a favorite among a wide range of drivers, from young gearheads to older folks just looking for a reliable and stylish CA/I in terms of body styles. The 1964 Polara was available as a 2-door hardtop, 4-door sedan, convertible, and station wagon. Each version carried the same strong design language and engine options, giving buyers plenty of flexibility to choose the Polara that fit their lifestyle. The convertible, in particular, remains highly sought after by collectors today. The Polara's name itself came from the word polar, a nod to the space-age obsession of the time. And while it may not have reached orbit, it certainly captured the imagination of car lovers across the country. Dodge positioned the Polara just below the Chrysler 300 in terms of luxury and performance, making it an affordable but premium-feeling option in the Dodge lineup. Sales in 1964 were strong, and the Polara contributed to Dodge's growing reputation as a brand that could blend engineering with emotion. It wasn't just about horsepower, it was about delivering a complete package: looks, performance, comfort, and affordability. And Dodge managed to pull that off with remarkable balance. Looking back now, the 1964 Dodge Polara stands as a kind of time capsule. It tells a story of America's confidence in the 1960s, its fascination with space-age themes, and its love for the freedom that only a car could provide. You didn't just drive a Polara. You traveled with it, created memories in it, and for many families, it was a part of life's milestones. Today, finding a well-preserved 64 Polara is like discovering a piece of history. Whether it's resting in a barn, shining at a classic car show, or still cruising the highways with its deep exhaust rumble, the Polara continues to turn heads and spark conversations. It's a car that earns respect not by shouting, but by showing. Collectors admire it for its unique styling, its range of powerful engines, and its representation of an important shift in Dodge's design and performance philosophy. It's not just a vehicle. It's a symbol of an era when American cars were at their boldest and most expressive, and that's the story of the 1964 Dodge Polara, a car that may not have always been in the spotlight, but one that played a vital role in shaping Dodge's identity and America's love for the open road. For those who remember it, or for those lucky enough to drive one today, the Polara is far more than metal and chrome. It's a rolling memory of a golden time. Thanks for joining us on this ride through history. If you enjoyed this episode of Old Car Stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own Polara memories in the comments below. Until next time, keep those engines running and those stories alive.